With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams one-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where we're totally screwed, there's a pandemic. This is Ballot.
Why would the CDC be run by someone who understands, health? Let's hit this. I'm Patrick Gutfield, and the Centers for Disease Control is having what you might call a situation. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is trying to fire CDC Director Susan Monarez, but her lawyers are saying, not so fast, you need Trump to do it personally. Meanwhile, 3 top CDC officials just walked out. Well, were escorted out by security in what can only be described as the medical equivalent of a very dramatic exit from a reality show. The whole thing started when Kennedy demanded that Monarez fire her top people and agree to rubber stamp recommendations from his newly appointed Vaccine Advisory Committee. Now, when I say newly appointed, I mean Kennedy fired all 17 independent scientific advisors and replaced them with 8 people of his own choosing. One of them already dropped out due to financial conflicts, so we're down to 7. Monarez refused Kennedy's demands, which apparently made him very upset. According to sources, she told people there were 2 things she wouldn't do: anything illegal and anything that flew in the face of science. Well, lady, I have news for you. Doing things that are illegal and flying in the face of science are the core tenets of this administration. The CDC has already been through mass layoffs, budget cuts, and earlier this month, an actual shooting at their Atlanta headquarters. At this point, working at the CDC is like being in the season finale of Grey's Anatomy. So both parties are suddenly floating the idea of holding national conventions before the 2026 midterms. This has never been done before, which is political speak for, we have no idea what we're doing, but we're going to do it anyway. Trump announced this on Truth Social, his personal echo chamber where every thought becomes a press release, saying he's thinking of recommending a Republican convention. Not committing, just thinking about recommending. That's like saying you're thinking about maybe possibly doing something. Very decisive leadership there. The timing is perfect, though. Trump's team wants to motivate voters who only show up when his name is on the ballot. You know, the people who treat democracy like a limited engagement Broadway show. They'll only buy tickets when the star is performing. Meanwhile, the Democrats heard about this idea and immediately thought, we should do that too. Which is classic Democratic strategy. See what Republicans are doing and say, hold my kombucha, we can be just as confused. This will give us 2 extra years to realize all their presidential candidates are completely out of touch with average Americans. Picture it. A political talent show where instead of singing and dancing, candidates compete to see who can pander most effectively to their base. Speaker Mike Johnson was so excited he responded with, "Yes, Mr. President, let's go!" followed by 3 American flag emojis. 3 flags. Not 2, not 4, 3. That's the exact amount of patriotism required to express enthusiasm for an unprecedented political gathering that nobody really understands yet. I say bring it on, mainly because I get paid by the download and this will spike the numbers. I also encourage Taylor Swift to run for president for the same reason.
This Labor Day at Lowe's, shop member-only doorbuster deals for a limited time. Save $50 on an Ego string trimmer, now $169. Plus, get 50% off select Holland pavers. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, Labor Day doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/1 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
MSNBC's Jen Psaki is warning that Trump might rig upcoming elections, which is interesting timing considering we just had an election and Trump won. But apparently the concern is about future elections, and her evidence is Trump's new hire, Heather Honey, who just got appointed to a Deputy Assistant Secretary for Election Integrity position at Homeland Security. I'm sure she's super competent, but we all have to admit there's a non-zero chance that Trump hired her just because her name is Heather Honey. Now, Honey runs something called Haystack Investigations. And yes, that's a real company name. She's the one who came up with that claim about Pennsylvania having 205,000 more votes than voters in 2020. Psaki points out this was not at all true, which makes sense since that's how math works. Trump has been talking about banning mail ballots and encouraging Republican governors to redraw congressional maps. He's also made those comments about potentially running for a third term, which would be unconstitutional. But hey, why let a little thing like the Constitution get in the way? Remember, doing things that are illegal and flying in the face of science are the core tenets of this administration. Portions of today's show were made with the help of Heather Honey and AI. Release the Epstein files, you coward.
Taylor Swift has a new album coming, The Life of a Showgirl, and we've got all the details. Join us every Sunday on the Taylor Swift Today podcast, your ultimate source for everything happening in Taylor's world. From her romance with Travis Kelce to career milestones, legal battles, and cultural impact, we cover it all. I'm Allie, and I'll bring you exclusive insights, breaking news, and the stories that matter to Swifties everywhere. Whether it's new music, red carpet appearances, or the latest from the Eras Tour, we're your weekly destination for Taylor Swift news. Subscribe to Taylor Swift Today wherever you get your podcasts.
From Calaroga Shark Media comes Celebrity Trials, the explosive new podcast that exposes the truth behind America's most captivating cases. I'm Reed Carter, and I'll take you inside real-live daily trials and classic celebrity cases where fame, power, and justice collide. From Jeffrey Epstein's billion-dollar sex trafficking empire to the prep school killer who walked free, from family annihilators to celebrity plea deals. Discover the shocking verdicts, twisted evidence, and cultural forces that shape American justice. These aren't just crimes, they're cultural moments that reveal who we really are. Justice isn't always swift, but it's absolutely riveting. Celebrity Trials, available wherever you get your podcasts.
You can call me James. I spent 23 years designing aircraft that officially don't exist for agencies you think TV made up. Until I started asking the wrong questions. Navy ships are recording objects moving at impossible speeds. Infrastructure is failing in coordinated patterns. The moon looks smaller than it did 10 years ago. None of this is a coincidence. The official explanations don't add up. This is Paranormal Aliens, where we connect the dots they don't want connected. If you're hearing this, you know where to get podcasts. Follow Paranormal Aliens. New episodes weekly until they shut me down.